talk about the future.
I already made the joke, so I can't make it again.
Can't make it again.
Mm-mm.
It's time to figure out what Muse going to do once the finals are over and what happens when the third years graduate.
Yep.
Big questions that need to be answered. And that's what we're going to figure out today on Jared and Al Watch Love Live, episode number 24. I'm Jared, that is Doc Allen Ladium.
Hello.
We are discussing season 2, episode number 11. It's called That Which We Decided.
We're going to decide what happens here.
Say that 5 times fast.
That which we decided, that which we decided, that which we decided, that which we decided, that which we decided. Did I do it?
I mean, you said the first one was like you just saying it very slowly, so I don't know if that counts. But regardless, let's dive into this episode. Some sisters passed their exams and are now going to go to Otonokizaka next year.
Yeah.
Ellie's sister Elisa is like, "Oh my gosh, I get to join Muse now!
I'm so excited.
Whoa!" Yukio's is like, huh, okay."
Yeah, and like at another point, the sister's like, "Never mind, I will not."
It's a very weird situation all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, we were joking the whole time that like the little sister is super duper fangirl. Now Hanaka's probably like, please go away.
Please chill out.
Please come get your weird friend, sister, please. Please get your weird friend.
The rest of the Muse are having a discussion in the club room, and it eventually comes up like, oh yeah, the third years are graduating. We need to figure out exactly what's happening next year about that. And everyone's just like, because at first they decide, hey, we're not going to talk about this until Love Live's over.
Yeah.
But now they're like, well, we're getting real close to that. We should probably at least start thinking about that, if anything.
And especially with people like expressing interest in joining.
Yes, exactly. Because like you said, Hanukkah at one point goes back home, and Yukio and Elisa are just like chilling. They're like, "Hey, we got in! Yay!" But I think before that, Yukio comes home, and everyone's just like, "Yo, did you get in?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And then Chika, excuse me, Hanukkah is like, "Yo, why aren't you more excited about this? Like, you should be really pumped about this." And then I think Yukio is just like, "Hey, what are you guys doing once the third years graduate?" And Hanukkah's like, I don't know. And then fast forward to later on when Hanukkah comes back and the other two are like just chilling, hanging out. And then Elisa comes up to her like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to join Muse next year with you guys. That's going to be so cool." And Yukio's just like looking at her like, And Hanukkah's just like,
Abort mission.
Yukio's just like, "Girl, we got to talk."
Yeah,
we got to have a little discussion over here. So eventually they do, and then like the next day, Elisa like comes up to Hanukkah and is like, "Hey, so you remember what I said yesterday? Yeah, I'm not joining Muse. Just
JK.
kidding, JK. Me and Yukio are going to make our own idol group." And Hanukkah's like, "Okay, cool.
Have
All
fun."
right. Thumbs up. Then after that, like the latter half of the episode is Hanukkah being like, she gets everyone together and is like, "Hey, we should all hang out. We've never hung out before."
Which is so weird. Like the fact that freaking little sisters are actually friends and like go to each other's houses and hang out and everything. But then Hanukkah's like, "Yeah, we never actually hung out." I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Which isn't true.
No.
Like the episode where they watched that movie to figure out like making a love song, they were all hanging out.
I would consider like the slumber party that they had in the
Yeah.
woods as hanging out too. Like
Yeah.
the one that they all had like a sleepover and Honk was eating snacks.
Like that's such weird wording because like it's not true.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
like
she just means as friends. I don't know.
I don't know. Like I guess like you could technically attach those to like, hey, these are activities we are doing in pursuit of Muse.
Yeah.
And like the way we are hanging out today is not in pursuit of Muse.
That's what I'm thinking. But
even
even
still,
then, like
it's
it's weird.
Yeah.
And like, how do you go a year of your life without hanging out with these people? Like,
Yeah.
on a friendly basis.
Like I get like that, the third years would have been busier than everyone else per se, and now like the second years are busier than everyone else per se.
Right.
But also like I don't know, you could get everyone together on a weekend and be like, hey, let's just chill and hang out.
Yeah. Which this again brings up the fact that, like, a few episodes ago we learned that like nobody knew that Nozomi like lived by herself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like these people don't know each other. They don't know each other at all. They just know each other as Muse, and then they're like, all right, cool, bye, and then they don't see each other.
And you would think, like, obviously, as a huge group like this, you would all become close to each other and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, you wouldn't want to be completely focused on Muse 100% of the time. Like, obviously,
That's not healthy.
you want that kind of mindset in order to become really good, which they have been.
Right.
So, like, you need part of that, but at the same time, you need to take some time off and just, like, relax. And sometimes that would come with just like, hey, let's all hang out and like get our minds off of everything and just have a day where we can kind of just blow off some steam.
Yeah.
Do something like that. And like the idea that like they have never done this just seems very, very weird. But regardless, they all come up with the idea like, hey, let's all go do something that each of us want to do, essentially. Which I don't remember everybody's specific thing.
I know we end up in an idol store and there's a ton of Muse stuff in it, and you said that they should be getting merch rights.
They should be getting royalties from that. I hope they're getting royalties from that.
I agree. They're probably
so
not, but I
bizarre.
agree.
We end up in an arcade at one point where Nico obliterates Hanukkah dance.
Rules.
It's really good.
Her just like standing smugly over like Honk on the floor is amazing.
It's real good. I don't remember what the other
I don't remember.
choices
Those are the
were.
only two I remember: the idol shop and the arcade.
Yeah. Eventually, they're like, "Hey, Hanukkah, what do you want to do? Want to go do?" And she's like, "I want to go to the beach." And they're like, "What do you mean you want to go to the beach? That's so far away." And it's like, y'all got to do everything else you wanted to do. Let Honk do what she wants to do. Like, come on. Don't be weird.
I hope the Hanayo got rice.
I hope she got rice.
She got the idol shop,
Yeah, that would make sense.
but I hope that she also got rice at some point.
So they end up at a beach in the sun setting while it's happening, and this is basically where they come to a decision on what they're going to do with the group afterwards. And like they all kind of talk about it, and the first and second years basically kind of step up and are like, so we basically came to a decision as the six of us of what we are going to do after this. And the third years are kind of like, hey, if you want to basically continue Muse on after we're gone, we are totally okay with it. But the first and second years come to the decision that once the finals are over and the third years are graduated, Muse is dead, which Nico freaks out about. And I think, again, deservedly so. Like Nico obviously is a big Idol fan, so like she kind of understands the idea of like members graduating and moving on, and new members coming in, and that's how you basically keep the name, keep the brand, keep the spirit of this group together. It's just it's a constantly revolving door. So like obviously I think she would have that kind of mindset, but also like I don't think she just wants this to end after 1 year of like, you know, look at all these memories, look at all these friendships, quote unquote, that I was able to garner over this year. Like look at everything that Muse has done for me. I don't want that just to die.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time they kind of understand that like for Muse to be Muse, it has to be them.
Yeah.
And it can't be anyone else. So that's basically the big decision that they make.
And then everybody cries forever.
Everyone cries a whole heck of a lot, and then they head home, and basically it's time to prepare for the finals.
Yep.
Because that is coming up next.
Da-da-dum.
Well, let's talk about some trivia.
Okay.
That was the end of the episode, by the way, as well.
Yes. Yeah, that was the end. Goodbye.
Our ending credits character this time is Ellie. The outfits the outfits that Muse wore during their group hangout are the same outfits they're wearing in the covers of A and Friends. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that. Aki no Anata no Sora Toku and Fuyu ga Kureta Yokan, which I believe are all subunit albums. And then an instrumental version of Yujo no Change was used as a background music at some point in the episode. I don't remember when, but it was there.
Maybe the idol shop was Nico. Maybe we did get rice for Hanaya.
Well, Nico probably was the arcade because she's the one gloating over
yeah, you're
Honk.
right. You're right. She probably was the arcade. You're right.
I feel like at some point they went shopping and got food.
Yeah, I feel like they did go shopping.
Or at least they would have had to have.
Yeah.
Either way.
I don't remember.
That is also true. Next time, we will be discussing Season 2, Episode number 12, the penultimate episode of Season 2 and of the television series. It is entitled Last Live.
Da-da-da. Hey, you think we're going to perform live this time?
I believe we are. It is time for the Love Live Finals.
The Love Live.
The Love Live. So there you go. That's what we'll be discussing next time as we wind down with our Love Live watch through. But for now, if you would like more from us, go to seasonlimitcheckup.com or sic.cool is where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Season Limit Checkup and Season Limit Checkup OVA. And you can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. And you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/animecheckup. So join us next time and see who's going to win the Love Live Finals.
Man, I wonder who's going to win.
George.